Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger than ever. After our work is never over.
Welcome to the Panasonic 125 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going to have 9 laps at the Indianapolis road course here in Indianapolis, Indiana, the motor racing capital of the world. We're really looking forward to this event today. We'll see how it works out for the Cup cars. Now we're going to check out your driver's watch. We're on the pole. Mr. Kevin Harvick, he's fast. Let's see if he can get the first ever race won here at the road course. David Reagan, also sneaky fast. We'll see if he can get that Toyota in victory lane. And then Chase Elliott, what can the rookie do today? It'll be interesting to watch him. Then Larson and Newman, 1 week after the Skittles 200 finish. Will we have bad blood between them? Now for the command. Drivers, start your engines. Cars, fire up and roll off here for the Panasonic 125. Now your starting lineup. In row 1, Kevin Harvick and Gino Harvey. Row 2, AJ Allmendinger and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 3, David Reagan and Denny Hammerin Hamlin. In row 4, Carl Edwards and Clint Boyer. Row 5, Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski. Row 6, Kyle Busch and Casey Kane, they're best friends. Row 7, Jamie McMurray and Kurt Busch. Row 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Danica Patrick, they're also best friends from Kentucky. Row 9, Joey Logano and Ryan Newman. Row 10, Kyle Larson and Jeff Gordon. Row 11, Jimmy Johnson and Casey Mears. Row 12, Austin Dillon and Regan Smith. In row 13, Tony Stewart and Carter Adelman. In row 14, Bryce Harvey and Justin Allgaier. Row 15 today, Ty Dillon and Matt Kenseth. Kenseth's not having a good year. Row 16, Jimmy and Josh Wise. Row 17, Michael Annett and Martin Truex Jr. Row 18, Chris Buescher and Greg Biffle. Row 19, Paul Menard and Alex Bowman. In row 20, Eric Almirola and Michael McDowell. Row 21, Eddie Jones and Trevor Main. And then in row 22, we have Jeb Burton. All right, cars are getting ready to go here. Green flag for the first time. And the Indy road course, they are green. Gino Harvick gets a great start and leaps ahead of Harvick. Heading into the first turn. Oh, we got 2 cars around. It's Boyer and Edwards. No caution. Looks like they went off the bumper of Mr. Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, you are guilty, my friend. But he races on. Looks like he's battling for a position in the top 5, I believe. That's a battle for 5th with David Reagan. Now we got a battle for the lead. Look, guess who? It's AJ Allmendinger. Seems like he's always up front at the road courses. He's battling Gino Harvey for the race lead. He's going to try and go around the outside. No, doesn't look like he's going to get to work. Gino Harvey takes off with the lead. Heading into the final corners here on the road course, Allmendinger and Harvey battle. Oh, Allmendinger gets into Harvey, gets him loose, and AJ will take the lead and lead that lap. Now Ricky Stenhouse Jr. going to take advantage and take over that second spot against Gino Harvey. Stenhouse versus Allmendinger now for the race lead. Stenhouse is catching AJ. AJ not being able to run away from him on lap 3. Sweet little flyby here of the cars working their way around the road course. AJ Allmendinger still continuing to lead, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. keeping him in his sights. We'll see how that goes over here as he's going to get a nice chance to get a pass on him. And Stenhouse completes the pass. Nice and easy for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He goes to the point in Indianapolis. Oh, look at Chase Elliott. He's up to 3rd. But AJ, he's going to go right after Ricky Stenhouse. Not going to let him get away here. Lap 5 of 9. Oh, nice. 3-car battle for the race lead. Chase Elliott going around AJ Allmendinger on the outside. Now to the inside. Chase Elliott gets the second spot over AJ Allmendinger. Allmendinger all over the back bumper of Chase. Going through the final corners here, and looks like Allmendinger gets a little loose. We'll go on board with AJ now as Chase Elliott trying to chase down Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Here comes Chase. Gonna get a nice shot at him. Oh, he gets into him. Stenhouse in the wall. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with a flat tire and in the wall. Oh, no. Chase Elliott just put Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the wall. That is just insane right now. Chase Elliott running away with the lead. Stenhouse trying to get the pit road. He gets into Kurt Busch. And he collects Jeff Gordon as well. Oh, my goodness. Look at Stenhouse trying to get on pit road. Oh, what a hard lick for Ricky. Major cleanup off the final corner here in Indianapolis. They see their first big action here. There's Jeff Gordon getting into Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch will have, I believe, his first DNF of the year, maybe. Stenhouse has issues with Chase Elliott. We'll check that out. Watch this. Chase Elliott just gets into Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and gets him up on the wall. or the guardrail rather, and then into the guardrail down the backstretch here. So Jeff Gordon barely got caught up in the wreck. Here's him trying to get around, but Kurt Busch's bumpers are sticking out. Then from lap 1, Edwards and Boyer are also a little angry with Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott not making friends today, but he has the race lead as Boyer and Edwards make contact again there. And they will get their services. And so Chase Elliott elects to the outside lane for the restart against A.J. Allmendinger. Will that pay off? It did on the last restart. Here they go, and we are green. Green flag is out. Here comes Keselowski from the 4th position. He'll go up to 3rd. Harvick all of a sudden back in this mess. Oh my goodness, through the hairpin. It's getting nice and close here. Oh my goodness, A.J. Allmendinger! He just wrecked Chase Elliott. That is horrible. Allmendinger has heavy nose damage. Yeah, and his car is overheating. And there goes the engine. Keselowski into the back of him. Keselowski almost goes around. Kyle Busch around. Oh my goodness, a lot of cars. Wrecking, there's a caution. Full course caution for oil. Keselowski is awarded the victory. What a heck of a finish there. Allmendinger's damage came from this. As he gets into the back of Chase Elliott. And then Allmendinger's grill and nose are completely smashed in. And then the engine overheats. Look as it overheats, and then it's going to go kaboom. And you see Keselowski getting into the oil. And you can see, obviously, Keselowski's into it. Kane's in the wall back there. Reagan goes around. Kyle Busch goes around because of the oil. And just a smart move by the Aflac Cup Series officials to call the caution to protect the drivers from a huge crash and get them slowed down so there wasn't a bigger one. But Chase, he is very upset with A.J. Allmendinger. He did not finishing this race, so no DNF for Chase Elliott. But, man, into the wall there. And he has every right to be upset with A.J. Allmendinger. Keselowski does up, getting the victory after all the chaos. And he'll burn it down here at the Brickyard. Congratulations, Brad Keselowski. So Keselowski gets a huge victory and gets himself locked into the chase with that win, as he does his traditional burnout with the American flag. What a race! First time ever at the Brickyard Road Course for the Sprint Cup cars. So now here are your finishing or your point standings. First is Kevin Harvick. See, Keselowski gets that win, moves up to 4th, and then Joey Logano still your overall points leader with 340 points. And then here's your chase cutoff. Austin Dillon still has that position. Last time it was 1 point. Now it's 2 points. He's slowly growing that lead. But we'll see if he can keep it. It'll be interesting to see if Austin Dillon can make the chase. And then you see Bryce Harvey finally getting into that top 30 after missing a race this season. And then who does that knock out? It knocks out Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer gets knocked out of the top 30, but he still has a chance to get back in there. I believe that's going to be a close fight for the rest of the season. And it'd be big if Clint Boyer could get a win, so we'll see how that happens. And then here's your 41st through 53rd. As you see who's falling out here. Oh, Regan Smith is gaining position, so that's pretty cool for Regan Smith. Your finishing results. First today was Brad Keselowski. How about that? Second, Graders Cup Series and A.J. Allmendinger. Third is Gino Harvey with his best finish of the season, I believe. Fourth is Dale Earnhardt Jr. In 5th place, Joey Logano. 6th, Denny Hamlin. 7th today. What a great run for Regan Smith. Ends up getting a good finish after that last lap little fiasco there. 8th is Ryan Newman. 9th is Jamie McMurray. 10th today, Tony Stewart. 11th, Danica Patrick. Good run for Danica. How about that? 12th today, last week's winner, Kyle Larson. And then 13th is Jimmy Johnson. Way to go, Jimmy. 14th, Casey Mears. Nice finishes for Casey Mears the last 3 races. He's been really impressive. 15th, Bryce Harvey. 16th, Ty Dillon. He beat his older brother, Austin Dillon, by 1 spot. 18th, Carter Adelman, whose favorite drivers are the Dillon brothers. 20th, Martin Truex Jr. 21st, Jimmy. Actually, Carter's going to be mad at me for saying that. 22nd, Matt Kenseth. Let's see who's got 23rd. Josh Wise. Nice top 25 finish for Josh. And then Michael Nett. He's had some pretty good finishes every time he makes a race now. 25th, Greg Biffle. And then 26th was Eddie Jones. Chris Buescher, he probably would have had a better race today, but he comes home 27th. And then 28th, after getting a top 10 last week, Paul Menard. 29th is Eric Almirola. Kept it out of the garage. 30th, Carl Edwards. After having that first lap drama with Mr. Elliott. 32nd today was Michael McDowell. And the 33rd, Clint Boyer. not good. 34th was Trevor Bain, who's just really slacking lately. 35th, Jeff Burton. And actually, oh, there's Chase Elliott right there, who's probably should have won today, but oh well. And then Trevor Bain, he needs to be careful, or else he'll be knocked out and lose his win, because it doesn't matter if you're not inside the top 30. 40th today was Kyle Busch. Sorry for that. 41st, Kurt Busch. Both Busch brothers wrecked today. 42nd, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And then 43rd is Jeff Gordon. I hope everybody enjoyed this race today. It was a lot of fun making it. This is JT24, JM26, signing out.